here.
And it's been a tough battle, hasn't it?
It really has. It's been a tug of war, and that tug of war on the ground has been mainly going to Cherman. Silva's got to do some serious damage in the standing mode.
Now, after 2 rounds on the ground, and obviously both men feeling a little bit worse for wear, do you think it's advisable for Silva to try and just stand up and finish the fight on
completely?
its feet?
He should have. Well, he tried to keep the fight standing in the first 2 rounds, and if he could, he wants this fight to be standing. But that jab and that shot, he didn't have the timing on the knee there. He rolls into Kimura, goes for his own armbar.
Beautiful work by Jean Silva.
Danilo having to defend here.
Beautiful work by Silva.
This would be embarrassing. He's got him.
Absolutely.
He's got him.
Beautiful work by Silva. Is that on? Is Danilo going to tap? Danilo steps over.
He's stepping over. Beautiful defense by Cherman. Silva rolling the dice here with all the money on the table with that move, trying to armbar this man. He doesn't have it.
Jean Silva's called into the ref. I think he's worried he might actually break the arm.
Yeah, he doesn't want to break the guy's arm, but he doesn't have the position here because the arm's bent the wrong way. He had to let it go. It's going to be Cherman on top once again, side mount position. Beautiful escape.
But what an incredible start to the 3rd round, and sort of like an exclamation mark on the way this fight's been going.
Silva went for it all. It was a gutsy move. It really was. He tried to submit the man who was afraid that he was going to submit him.
And it was beautiful technique to work his way in.
It was. It was beautiful escape technique by Danilo Cherman.
Jean Silva in trouble now.
Yeah, Cherman on top, side mount position.
You know, just trying to trap that arm.
Uh-oh. He's trapping the neck, controlling the neck, because the signature move, again, is the side choke.
He's moving over into full man, slowly pushing the knee across.
And Rob, he may have looked nervous when they stood eye to eye and staring, but he's been anything but in this performance.
That's right. Cold and calculated would be about right. His submission work has been fantastic. And the escape from Jean's armbar.
We're virtually back into the same mode we saw in the 1st round. Silva trying to scoop back up, and Danilo almost getting his back, putting the right hook in. It looks like he's got both hooks in now.
I think he's got an arm there in as well.
One of the things that's impressed me with Danilo is throughout the course of the fight, he's rarely given a chance for Jean Silva to catch his breath, has he? He's always been working. The couple of times that he didn't, he got punished for it, but outside of that, he's constantly worked.
Yeah, he's basically shut down any standing offense Silva could have. Passed a couple things. Silva landed a couple shots. Silva looking at the referee, but Danilo almost getting complete back control and going for the rear naked choke. Silva again, turning away.
Looking to turn his body in. Does a good job of doing so.
Okay, but Silva's got to get busy right here with strikes.
Well, the problem for him has been so much of his work has been defensive, hasn't he?
Yeah. He hasn't been able to mount an offense once they went to the ground. Aside from that armbar attempt early on in this round, for the most part, he's just defending and defending. And see here, we see Danilo is the one who's striking. This is where, armbar coming up.
Again, Danilo looking for the armbar. Jean Silva having to work his way out of it.
Silva keeping Danilo stacked up tight, pulling out. Silva should jump up as fast as he can, get to standing, but he can't because he's trapped down there, that left leg.
For the purists, put this performance into perspective, Steve.
This is a case where you have a man with over 3 times as many fights coming from one of the greatest striking-based gyms in the world in Chute Boxe, in Jean Silva, being taken out of his game by a man with less experience, but with a very well mapped out and patient game plan in Danilo Cherman. How's that?
That's very good. That's why you're the fight professor.
I got lucky. Cherman on top now. Cherman definitely wants this fight on the mat.
And Rob, it's the first time we've seen Danilo Cherman at cage rage. What are your thoughts after these 3 rounds are almost over?
Very impressed by the guy's grappling performance. It's fantastic. Absolutely awesome, to be honest. And like Stephen said, Jean Silva has 3 times the experience Danilo Cherman has. And to look at this guy, you would never believe it.
He went for the mount. Jean Silva turned him over. And then we have at the end of round number 3, it seems like a lock that Danilo Cherman would get the decision victory here.
His corners seem confident, that's for sure. Rob?
I think it's going to go by the way of Danilo Cherman. Cherman seemed to be pushing the fight constantly pressuring. I mean, if we look at the replay, you can see.
This was probably the opening of the fight when they were upright was probably Jean's best chance to win it, wasn't it?
It was.
It was.
And as you can look, it was absolute beautiful. Look at the way he turned.
Look at the way he spun into that, and he almost got this. If this guy didn't have the savvy to step over like he did, okay, watch. Here's the step over, because he's almost got him here.
This is where most people would tap.
That's right. And watch him move slowly and step over. That's patience. He's probably got a lot of arm flexibility too.
And in all fairness to Jean, he was actually looking at the ref at one point and saying, "Look, I'm going to break it." You know, that's how sure he felt that the arm was locked in.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 15 minutes of lightweight action, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a unanimous decision in favor of Danilo Cherman!
Meu avô, que faleceu agora em setembro. Sei que onde ele estiver, ele vai estar olhando por mim. E quero agradecer no Cage Rage, ao Alex, ao Shaolin e ao pessoal da minha academia por acreditar em mim. Muito obrigado.
He would like to dedicate his victory to his grandfather that died recently, and he would like to thank Cage Rage for giving him the opportunity to be here fighting in the UK for the first time.
Fantastic. Can you ask him about his arm, please? Because that looks really painful. If you could just have a look at that. That looks really, really painful.
Eu quebrei meu braço está quebrado. Resisti à luta, mostrei a garra que o brasileiro tem. Quero agradecer ao Jean, que é ótimo lutador, mas essa noite foi minha e espero ter novas chances aqui no Cage Rage.
I'd just like to say that Jean was very good. He broke my arm. My arm is broken. I have a big hurt. I took the fight to the end. I'd like to thank Jean for giving me the opportunity to fight him as well. He's a great fighter, but tonight I was better.
Whoa. Look at that. This is what these fighters go through for you every single fight. A big heart and a massive